Sorry guys, excuse me 1 second. I have to fix something here. Gotta straighten out. Gotta give this man respect, you know? But anyway, welcome to a brand new episode of Matthew Sports Talk. Like I said, give that man respect. I also have to appreciate this fine new Vikings mini tumbler that I got at the Vikings store at Mall of America. It's also available in white and pink for the ladies. It's very nice. It has a lid. I've had some rum and cokes, a couple of them, so I apologize if I seem a little sloppy, but you know what? It's been a good day, so why not? Cheers, motherfuckers. So yeah, let's get down to brass tacks. Vikings, as you no doubt probably know by now, winning today 20-17 over the Washington Commanders. Kirk Cousins had 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw an interception, but it was kind of like a garbage. It was right before the first half. It was to the end zone to Jefferson. And it should have been pass interference anyway because the defender was grabbing Jefferson's hands, I said plural, you know. And he wasn't looking back on the ball. So Jefferson, by the way, that man, was able to do the gritty today. 115 yards and a touchdown. The new guy, TJ Hawkinson, contributing already in this offense, 70 yards receiving. And run game was pretty much non-existent today. But Dalvin Cook participated. He caught a ball for a touchdown, surprisingly enough. He can catch too. So, my overall assessment of the game for the Vikings, give credit to the defense. They balled today. I mean, granted, they did give up that one big play out of the right after halftime, but honestly, the NFL needs to think about if a referee interferes with a play, they should call the play dead. It should not happen. The Vikings pretty much had like 3 defenders in the vicinity of Curtis Samuel. One of them probably would have intercepted the ball if the damn referee didn't run into him. But yeah, seriously, so you know, Washington got a lot of breaks today, especially with some, you know, penalties and referee shit that happened. But, you know, a win is a win. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there were points in the game where the offense really pissed me off. Especially when it came to the run game. The run game, obviously Washington's defense is better than I gave them credit for. Their run defense is very, very good. They limited Cook to, I think, like 40 yards rushing. But some of the times it was like, A, why were we bothering running the ball? But B, what really, really pissed me off was when the O-line got backed up, we were throwing the ball behind the sticks. That doesn't help you. In some cases, that actually makes things worse because more than often than not, you catch the ball and you're behind the line of scrimmage, you'll lose yards. So now you're playing from, you know, second plus 10, third plus 10. It wasn't pretty. But, you know, hey, a win is a win, baby. In the NFL, it's hard to get wins, like they say. So, but yeah, no. JJ and Hawkinson, major contributors. And Kirk Cousins, even though a lot of people bag on him, he's starting to become the comeback kid with the chains and the chain gang all going crazy on him. Man, it was so funny. It's so funny. Him wearing all that bling. Like I'm subtle about it. He's kind of obnoxious about it, but you know, it is what it is. So next week we have the Buffalo Bills. Couple of interesting notes about that game. First of all, it didn't get flexed, so it's still at noon. Josh Allen got hurt today. He now has a bad elbow. So if Josh Allen is not close to 100%, I give us a little bit better odds. It's still in Buffalo. They still have, you know, that one guy, Stephon Diggs, that we gave away. But I'm okay with that now because now we got that guy. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that develops with Josh Allen's injury. So, but right now Buffalo's a 7.5-point favorite. I'm like, really, guys? You're not that high on this? I mean, we'll just have to see. So, speaking of the Buffalo, no, actually, I'll talk about them later. They are coming off of a loss, but I'll talk about that later. So the other thing that made me happy today, and I'll drink a toast to this team, because for once, they were not the disgrace of the NFL. They almost were the disgrace, but the Detroit Lions pulled off a win against the Green Bay Packers. Oh, that's... Excuse me. Last week, the cheese was burning, and now it has melted. Rodgers threw 3 interceptions, 2 of them being in the red zone. But yet, Detroit wasn't able to do shit with them. The Packers were still in the game until the final play of the game. But yeah. It is looking very, very dim in the land of the cheeseheads. Very, very dim. And if I'm being quite frank, this is probably the end of the Packers' Rodgers era. I really think, because right now I went online and did the pick'em games for the rest of the season. So not the Vikings. Sorry. Where's my pen? The Packers are now 3-6. I have them winning 2 more games. 2 more games. And I'm pretty sure it's against Chicago and maybe Detroit. Yeah, I have them ending the season at 5-12, tied with Detroit for last place of the division. Now, worst case scenario or best case scenario I see, Packers at minimum will lose 3 more games because they got Dallas, they got Philadelphia, they got Tennessee. So, best case scenario I see them losing 3 more games, but that puts them at 8-9, and still they ain't making the playoffs there. So, ding dong, the Aaron Rodgers shit is about to end. And it gives me so much pleasure. So much pleasure. Because I honestly gotta think Rodgers, if the season ends as badly as I think it is, he's gonna retire. I seriously think that. I think Aaron Rodgers' time, either he's gonna retire or he's gonna demand a trade, sadly enough. I think retire is more likely, so. But, like I said last week, crazy shit happens in the NFL. Sometimes it's wishful thinking. You just wish it into, honest to God, I said last week, what if Detroit beat Green Bay? I wished it into thought, and it popped up. So, praise God to the Detroit Lions for not being the disgrace of the NFL. They still kind of are, because they almost gave away that game even though they picked off Rodgers 3 times. But hey, they pulled off, so. And that's even after trading us TJ Hawkinson, so. Oh, it's funny shit. It really is funny shit. Collusion, as I know one Packer podcaster said. Trading Hawkinson to the Vikings, so. The next game I got, speaking of which, the Bills losing to the New York Jets today. The Jets defense played awesome, and Allen has a hurt elbow now. He is questionable. He is listed on the Buffalo Bills injury report, so I will have to stay in tune this week to see if Josh Allen is out. I like our odds, actually. I really like our odds. So we'll just have to see. Oh yeah, Chiefs. So Mahomes, that guy. Tyreek who I love all these guys that said that the Chiefs missed Tyreek Hill. I mean, in some cases they were right. He does present a really big, deep threat, which the Chiefs are still missing. But that guy can still ball. He is still my homie, Mahomes. I literally am going to post that. Give me 1 second. I forgot to post that. My homie Mahomes is that dude. My homie Mahomes is that dude, so. God, Jesus Christ, seriously. Sometimes I wish my laptop can just be so dumb. Sorry. I'm working. Drinking more rum and coke. All right. So anyway, moving on. Oh. Come on, Jesus Christ. I really need to have my laptop checked out. All right. So anyway, moving on. Sorry, guys. All right. So yeah, Jets upset the Bills. Mahomes is that guy. 446 yards, 2 total touchdowns. He ran for 1. He gave me like 35 fantasy points. I love him. So, Seahawks beat the Cardinals. Seahawks are 6-3. And then first place of the AFC West still. So maybe they'll sneak in and be a playoff team. I do currently have them as the number 5 seed, and I actually have them winning. I have them going 6-2 for the remainder of the season. 6-2. We'll have to see. The Buccaneers outlasted the Rams. Congratulations, Brady. You still have it, somewhat. You're still going to retire at the end of the season. You still might win the division, but you'll probably get knocked out in the first round. So, cheers to that. Dolphins barely squeaking out a win against the Chicago Bears, 35-32. Justin Fields was absolutely insane, and Chase Claypool clearly impacts them. So, Bears give me a pause for concern when it comes to winning this division, but it's a very, very small pause. So, Chargers beat the Falcons, big whoop. The Raiders. Oh my God. I think the Raiders and the Packers would probably go back in time and redo the whole Devontae Adams trade. Because, that trade made both teams worse. Yes, Devontae Adams can still ball. But the Raiders have given up 3 double-digit leads this season to lose. They were up by 17 over Jacksonville, and they lost. Yeah, Raiders are done. So, moving on. Bengals routed the Cardinals. The Bengals routed the Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Big whoop. Mixon had 5 total touchdowns. He had 3 running touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns. He had like 55 fantasy points. I was like, holy shit. I would expect something like that from maybe Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. Not Joe Mixon, but my God. So, seriously. Oh yeah, and the Patriots absolutely obliterated the Colts. Patriots defense is legit. And the Colts, how is benching Matt Ryan working for you? Is that doing you anything good? No. Your division is still winnable. You're only down, I have to check. So you're now 3-5-1, and Tennessee is 6-3. So you're like 3.5 games behind. You might need to put some wins together, but you're going to have a better shot at that with Matt Ryan at the helm. So anyway, that's kind of sums up the games. Tomorrow night we have the Saints and the Ravens. I think Ravens are going to win. I do have a partially updated power rankings. I have the top and the bottom. So at the top, Philadelphia stays at number 1. I moved my Minnesota Vikings to number 2, and here's why. The Chiefs, despite the fact that that guy balled and had 446 yards and 2 total TDs, needed overtime to beat the Tennessee Titans and only won by 3, 20-17. They doubled up the Titans when it came to offensive yards, and they only won by 3. So, yeah, I have the Chiefs staying at number 3. I have the Vikings at number 2. Kill me all you want, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. I think the Vikings actually kind of look better right now than the Chiefs do. I hate to say it, but that's what I think. So, number 4, I moved Buffalo down from number 2 to number 4 after they lost to the Jets. Miami's moving up to number 5. Dallas loses a spot from number 5 to number 6 on their bye week. The Jets move back into the top 10 from number 13 to number 7. And then the rest are going to be blank until, I do have Baltimore currently at number 7, so obviously even if they win, I'm going to move them a spot down. If they win, I'll probably have them at number 8. We'll just have to see. And then we go all the way to the bottom of the rankings. Staying at number 26 on their bye is the Denver Broncos. Improving from going up 3 spots on their bye, the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 27. Number 28, the Detroit Lions, gain out of the bottom hole. Number 29, Green Bay Packers. You heard me right. The Green Bay Packers are the 4th worst team in the NFL right now. And that's not at all an exaggeration. They are absolute garbage, trash. At some point, I have to feel sorry for them, but I don't, because Vikings fans live through so much misery, and we have to listen to these Packer fans be like, "Go, Pack, go!" with their cheese heads and crap. Well, I was like I said, the cheese was burning last week, and it has melted this week. It is gone. It is a puddle. That is what the Packers are right now. They're a puddle of cheese. So, anyway, done talking about them. The Raiders down 2 spots to number 30. Carolina down 2 spots to number 31. And Houston now is the garbage team. Down 1 spot to number 32. So, I'll have an updated rankings after the Monday night game tomorrow night. So, that concludes my episode of Matthew Sports Talk. Tomorrow night, Wolves play the Knicks. It's an 8 p.m. game, which is weird because it's not nationally televised. So, I might have to do another combined where I have my Rolls reaction and then my Matthews Sports Talk. Or maybe I put them in separate. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling after working like 11 hours. No, it's going to be more like 12 hours tomorrow. So. I say cheers, Skull Vikings, and my man Judd, as my man Judd on Score North would say, I don't have one with me. I would probably get one soon. Wave that flag. The Vikings are 7-1, baby. And we have a big one against the Bills coming up next week. All right. See you guys later.